Hey guys, it's Andrea. Welcome back to the channel. So guys, if you're new here, I'm Andrea. I talk about the NDIS, which is Australian Care Scheme, and living with disabilities and chronic illnesses in Australia. Guys, this one's going to be a broader one, and if you've been following the channel for a while, thank you so much. Guys, and it's going to be a bit of a change of pace from my last videos as well. So guys, this is another decluttering with a disability one. I'm finding as I declutter further and further and further that I mentioned in the previous video, and I'll try and remember to link it down below, that you do have to have a clutter tolerance level, because with a disability or a chronic illness, you might be better off storing things. And I realised in that previous video I didn't actually explain why. So let me explain why. Is that you might find yourself in a situation where you've put on weight, lost weight, and you might have had clothes that fit you, that were in style, in season, but you now find yourself in a situation where you've got to go thrifting or op shopping, as we call it in Australia, because you don't have the right size clothes. And so keeping, say, a week's worth to 2 weeks worth of summer, winter and spring clothes in a size that you might fluctuate towards as well, much better idea. Then if you don't work, so what do you fill your time with doing? For me, it's the YouTube, blogging. I also quilt, I also paint. Cooking, can't cook, do light and easy, a meal delivery service. Guys, that's a really interesting one, is it how you store these craft supplies and what projects are you willing to finish, give up on, type of thing as well. So that is why you need to decide what your clutter level tolerance is going to be. I'm not talking about neglecting your cleaning, neglecting basic hygiene, but I'm talking about being able to see that you don't need 5 salad bowls if you don't entertain. That china, if you have a condition like I do that has dizzy, you might be better off putting it away and asking a support worker to get it out when you're entertaining. You might want to consider how you use your spaces with an occupational therapist, physical therapist, a assistant, like PT assistant, so it works better for you. And you need to be able to advocate for yourself on that one. And a lot of these issues that I'm running into, I've found time and time again, can be solved with good communication. However, I've done the video about that being sorely lacking with support workers. So we do need to be aware of that some support workers will have a widely varying level of training. Widely varying. I've had support workers who it's literally been their first day on the job. They don't know what they're doing. No training whatsoever. Then I've had absolutely brilliant support workers. When I've got to know them, I've found they're diploma level trained. And my personal opinion, that there should be at minimum diploma level training for support work, because it is such a complex field. It's not just being a taxi driver, it's not just being a cleaner, it's not just being a companion for them. It is so much more. It's advocating for them. It's making sure they're safe, they're fed, they're housed, they're sticking to routine, that their mental health is okay, their physical health is okay. And that, if you're trained in that, you'll get to know which clients can do that for themselves, which clients can't, and which clients will need prompting to do that, which clients can't. You'll develop great active listening skills. One of those things would be then putting in the plan, okay, every January, every month, we do a declutter. And you also then need to respect a person's belongings as well. You might think, hang on, but most people respect them. But what you might think is trash, for someone who is very arty, very crafty, might actually be quite valuable in their own way. So this is where the communication comes in, guys, that you need to be able to communicate with that person and say, well, hang on, no, that's actually not rubbish. But then you need to have that conversation of, okay, well, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to do craft? How long are you going to keep the craft? Are you going to give it away? So that is where I'm finding most of my support workers are very supportive of me decluttering, that there's a different energy in-house because there's less clutter for everyone to deal with. That means that there's less to clean, there's more time that they can spend with us with enrichment activities, essentially, when it comes down to it. So guys, just thought I'd sit down, talk to you guys about the decluttering, how it's going, and just basically have a chat, cup of coffee, and saying that, and reinforcing, because I was over on Reddit, that a lot of people are finding it very difficult to stand up to support workers. They're finding that their support coordinators, that their organisations are very money hungry. And so I just want to reinforce that you guys are quite within your rights to change, and that choice and control is the foundation of the NDIS, putting the care back in our responsibility, and that means being able to advocate for ourselves, that means being able to develop the skills we need. And those skills might be advocating for yourself, those skills might be communication, those skills might be hand-eye coordination. There's a variety of skills that a support worker needs to be able to work with you on in having their skills as well. And I've talked about a support worker and finding a good fit. And guys, don't give up on getting the right fit. It can take 2 to 3 years, I've found, to find the right support agency. And one thing that I've noticed is there's actually a professional YouTuber who's said this with all of his sponsors. He says, go over to Reddit. Just type in whatever support agency it is, type it on Reddit. I'd encourage you, if you're on the NDIS, jump on the Reddit threads and have a look. Lots of advice over there, and you're completely anonymous. That is the best thing and the worst thing about Reddit as well. And so, guys, I'm just going to finish up there because I've got someone that I'm going to also go and help her declutter. So please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.